Mr Speaker, my question is to the Minister of Finance. What will be the main focus of the budget on 20th of May?
The Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, the budget will be about the many, not the few. But seriously, Mr Speaker, New Zealand has now come through the recession in reasonable shape, and the budget will focus squarely on building the recovery so New Zealanders can get ahead. It will set out a credible plan to achieve faster and more sustainable economic growth after 9 years of the economy underperforming under the Labor government.
David Bennett.
Supplementary question to the Minister of Finance. How will the budget help hard-working New Zealand families to get ahead?
The Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr Speaker, the budget will focus on two things that will help hard-working New Zealand families get ahead. The first is a reform of the tax system so that it is fairer and provides the right incentives. So it provides the right incentives for good choices for the economy, and it will also focus on getting better value for the large amount of taxpayers' money spent on public services, and that will include getting rid of ineffective programs left over from the last government and redirecting the spending to high-priority programs.
The Honourable David Cunliffe.
Speaker, when the Minister said the budget would be about the many, not the few, did he mean the many increases in costs New Zealanders can expect, in addition to increasing taxes on all the basics, increasing the costs of university and polytech, increasing the costs of childcare, increasing the costs of home help, and when will we get a budget actually focused on creating jobs?
The Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, I meant the many people who are relieved that the dreadful economic management of the Labor Party has come to an end at just the time when New Zealand does need competent economic management to get through this recession.
Order. The member was obviously indicating to me that I should have objected to the Minister's answer, but when he asks the Minister what he meant and inserts a whole lot of statements, the Minister answered what he meant, and the member may not have liked it particularly. David Bennett, supplementary question.
Supplementary question to the Minister of Finance. How are early signs of economic recovery being reflected in latest labour market trends?
The Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, a couple of trends are evident. First, that it appears unemployment is approaching a peak, and we aren't quite sure if it's reached it yet or not. Secondly, official statistics confirmed this week show that the number of hours worked by New Zealanders is picking up. So total hours worked increased by 1.1% in the latest March quarter. This is one of the reasons unemployment will fall only slowly, because many New Zealanders took a cut in hours in order to get through the recession, and now the economy is picking up. They will increase their hours of work rather than necessarily new jobs being created immediately.
David Bennett.
Supplementary question to the Minister of Finance. What kinds of economic policies would threaten New Zealand's recovery and destroy jobs?
The Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, the biggest threat to our recovery would be a policy that featured a mix of soaring debt, higher taxes and never-ending budget deficits. This is precisely the scenario that the National Government inherited in late 2008, before the global financial crisis. It's unfortunate that those remain the policies of the Labor Party.
Question number 3, the Honourable Annette King.
Thank you, Mr